What's up, dudes? It's Max, otherwise known as Doing It For Her, here as always, and I'm bringing you some more UFC Undisputed 3 gameplay again, as always. But this isn't online gameplay. I'm really sorry. Servers are still terrible, and even every time I even get a player match, it just disconnects. So I have to bring you some more offline gameplay and single player. I'm really sorry for that because I'm usually bringing you ranked or player match gameplay from online, but I cannot do that. So I do apologize. And I'm just using GSP, and I'm taking on Anderson Silva, and I think I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It's not too great of a fight. I just want to get you some background. So yeah, I do spam the spinning back fist, but I don't mean to because I never use GSP, so I don't know how he works. But we'll get right into the topic. If you looked at the thumbnail and the title, GSP versus Anderson Silva, or Anderson Silva versus GSP, whoever you want to, put first. This super fight has been getting hyped back up since 2007. People have wanted to see this thing for going on 6 years, and every time we think we get close to it, it doesn't happen. Things get weird. GSP's never really showed interest in fighting Silva. He's always been asked the question, and he always tries to dodge it and says he wants to stay at welterweight. But there was rumors that after he was going to defeat Dan Hardy, or after the Dan Hardy fight, if he was going to win, which he did, we were going to see the Silva versus GSP super fight, but that didn't happen. GSP decided to stay at, welterweight, and but now it seems like we're getting closer than ever, and I just wanted to share this info with you guys for those of you that might not know, and I just want to give my opinions to those of you that might know. Well, I'll start off right here. One article. I will have these articles linked in the description below, so if you want to check them out, go ahead. There are some more articles floating around, but these are just the two that I'm going to use for this video. Alright. Silva wants St-Pierre, win or lose. In an interview with Brazil's Sport Television, Anderson Silva said that he wants to fight George St-Pierre, whether or not he beats Carlos Condit at UFC 154, saying no matter what happens, he wants the fight. And Silva's expressed that he wants the fight before, but he's it's never really been pushed, you know what I mean? It's never the fight has never been pushed so far, and we've never gotten really close, but now I think we are getting so close to seeing it, and it could possibly happen. And I'll give you another article as to why right here. Like I said, GSP's never really stated that he wants the fight, but in recent weeks both Silva and Rush St-Pierre have stated they both want this fight, and like I said, we're getting really close to it. Dana White was on the David Mahoney show in Las Vegas, and he said that if this fight was to take place, the age-old question of that everybody's asked, what weight would this take place at? A catch weight, middleweight, welterweight, or whatever. And Dana said this would probably take place at a catch weight of 178 pounds or something like that. And Dana said that if GSP beats Condit, we will be in the next step of seeing this super fight finally, once and forever. Like Silva said, he wants the fight regardless of GSP winning, but Dana is saying for this to go any further that GSP must defeat Condit. And he was asked a question at some conference or something, and somebody said if GSP is to unify the interim title with his title and remain welterweight champion, the king of the welterweight division, will we see this fight? And Dana said probably. So, like I said, this has been teased multiple times before in the past, but I'm thinking we're getting really close to it. If we don't get to see it, it's going to be a big bummer, but like I said, this is the closest we have ever been, and I think we are at maybe an 80 or 70% chance of actually finally seeing these two lock up. The catchweight idea is pretty cool because GSP has been asked in post-fight interviews when he's defended his title sometimes if he will move on up to middleweight to face Silva, and that's just something GSP doesn't want to do. And Silva already balances between light heavyweight and middleweight, so making him drop to welterweight is kind of goofy. So a catch weight is perfect. They just need to keep it at whatever Dana said, 178. I think that sounds perfect, and we could have this thing. Silva, that's why no contender has been named for Silva yet, because I guess this is trying to be put into stone so it can actually happen, Silva versus GSP. And I'm just so so excited for this, guys. I cannot wait for November at the Canada card that GSP is going to be defending his title against Condit. But there's also a #1 contender fight on that card, Martin Kampmann versus Johnny Hendricks. So I don't know if GSP beats Condit, would he go instantly to face the winner of Hendricks and Kampmann, or would we finally see Silva versus GSP? So I hope Silva just kind of eases back for now, like he's doing right now, not naming a contender. No contenders are being brought up. Chris Weidman wants the shot really bad, but he's just talking, trying to get it, but he's not getting it. So I don't know. Tim Boetsch is a mix in there. I would like to see Boetsch versus Weidman. I don't know. Maybe we can save the winner of Kampmann and Hendricks for after the super fight, and then we can save, maybe put Boetsch versus Weidman in a fight, and then save the winner of that for after the super fight too. So win or lose, whoever, whether Silva wins or GSP wins, when they both come out of the fight, they'll both have a title defense ready, and I think that would be the best way to handle it. But I am really stoked for this fight if it does happen. Just the thought of it, man, really makes me excited. I love super fights. When we were going to see GSP versus Nick Diaz, I was intensely pumped, man. Being a big Diaz brother fan, that was awesome, but we didn't get to see it, sadly, and I think UFC really dropped the ball on that because we were seeing a different GSP because Nick was in his head, had him angry, GSP wanted to kill him. I thought it would have been awesome. I don't know, man. I think Silva has been shown that he can be put on his back and beat up by Chal and another title defense that he had against somebody. I can't remember. He was even full mounted, and the guy, maybe if he wouldn't have gassed, could have finished Silva, so I don't know. Joe Lozon said on a podcast that if we're going to see Silva lose, it's going to be somebody putting him on his back for 5 straight rounds. It's going to be a boring-ass fight, but that's the way it's going to go. And I think that's how GSP could win. But Silva has shown that he can maintain past all that and be, the crazy KO artist that he is. And I don't know, man. There's just so many probabilities and predicaments that could happen in that fight, and it's insane. It blows my mind just thinking about it. So what is your guys' take on it? Who do you think would win the super fight? And give a good reason why. Don't just instantly go, oh, Silva because of this. Oh, GSP because of this. I want to hear some actual, legit, well-thought-out comments, guys. So who do you think could take this? And do you think we're in the next steps of seeing this fight with all the news I've given you throughout this video? Let me know. Or if you think GSP or Silva's just going to blow it on by us and we're not going to see it ever again or ever hear about it again, put that down too. Because like I said, we were going to see it after the Dan Hardy fight, but we didn't. So I'm hoping this happens, and I hope you enjoyed this bit of news, and leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.